3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Hello and welcome to the next Thunderbird video, where we're going to be looking at more of Pod 4 this time. There is no pod vehicle in this video, so it is going to be a shorter video. But earlier I did throw up finally my review of the Big Chief Studios' Scott Tracy figure, and I'm just going to use this section as the advert as well. Go check out my review because I look into detail about everything to do with him. And don't forget that obviously Virgil is also available now if you see my review on Scott, and look for the pre-orders for Alan, Gordon and John Tracy as well over at the Jerry Anderson official store. Anything you buy with the links down below from the Jerry Anderson official store helps out the channel as well. So thank you very much if you have bought anything through that store using one of those links. It has helped me out. It is much appreciated. And go check out that review for my opinion on the Scott Tracy Big Chief Studios figure. But moving on to the Thunderbird 2 parts we get this time, like I say, we're looking at Pod 4 only. You start off with getting this piece here and this piece here. Obviously, you know, we've seen it before, these two parts need to go together, just like this. So this is what they look like when they're all glued down. You've got the nice front part here in that green, and we got this grey interior part here. And we just start by putting lots of little parts onto this. So we'll just go to this side to start off with, and we get this tiny part here, which you can't really see. It's got a little thing on the back, but I'm just going to put some glue here and then just pop this piece down there like that. And you want it so that the little knobbly bit sticks out like there, just like that. So you don't want it the other way around with the knobbly bit on the right, you want the knobbly bit on the left. So just be wary of that when you do it. The next part will go here. So I'm just going to put some glue there. And it's this purple part, which looks fantastic. Just pop that on there like that. And then the next part goes here. And then this little strip here. And it is this flat, bronzy kind of fly swattery part, and that just pops in there like that. So then moving along to these parts here, obviously this is the next groove that we're going to be looking at, so I'm just going to pop some glue there and attach this part here, which is symmetrical, doesn't matter which way around you stick that in, it just goes in there like that. Just wipe away some of the excess glue there. I did use too much, whoops. I always do that. It's an annoying habit of mine, I'm sorry. The next part goes around these two circle parts here. Actually, let me just get rid of that glue properly. There we go, it's all gone. So yeah, the next part goes around these knobbly parts here. So we just need to put the glue into the indented parts. And then we get this black part here and just push it, oops, over that part there, so it looks like that. And again, far too much glue, but yeah, looking really nice, that. And yeah, that is it for adding the parts to this interior. I hope you agree with me that it does look fantastic. So the next thing we have to do is attach it to the pod. So obviously this is the back of the pod. We flip the door down and we put it on a slight angle like that and push that part up there like that. Flip it around and position it in place, and you'll see that it just screws down at the bottom here. To do that, you need to get one of these. If I can just pick one up, there we go, sorry. Yeah, these little kind of silver parts that add just a few millimeters onto the outside there, and then we just screw all down, oops, into the hole, which is easier said than done. So I'm just going to do this off camera, be right back. And there we go. I've attached it all there. So you can see it looks exactly like it does on the other side, all attached. And I've actually gone ahead and redone certain stuff as well. Like I have put this spine here. I did this off camera because I didn't want to break it like last time. Remember last time I pushed too hard when I was securing it and it snapped? Yeah, I wanted to make sure that didn't happen again. But as you can see, the spine is all lined up very nicely. There is a little tab that goes into the back there, and then a bigger square tab that goes into the front there, to know which way around the spine goes. But yeah, happy with all that. Happy with how all that looks. And I also went ahead and I attached these 4 silver parts on there as well. Excuse me. The magnetic clamps to hold the pod in place when Thunderbird 2 is flying. I just did that as well there. I did it without turning off on the camera, which is why I hadn't shown you doing it. I just kind of got into building it and forgot to turn the camera back on. But yeah, that is the pod all done for now. So I'm just going to put all that to one side, and I'm just going to move on to the next parts that we get, which is the base of Thunderbird 4. Now, I said a couple of videos ago that I made a mistake with the flooring of pod 3. It was actually this part that I got wrong in pod 3. I folded them over just like that, which you meant to do, but I didn't screw them down here to secure it. I just screwed it straight onto the brown base. So I'm going to make sure I do it right this time. You need to screw into this hole there, this one there, this one there, and this one there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And there we go. As you could probably see there, I went over them all again to make sure they're as tight as they can be. And at the bottom, you can't really see the seam line. It is slightly darker than the other seam lines. But yeah, it blends in really nicely, really well. So that is the floor of the pod all done. Next, we need to attach the wheels. And you do that by first getting one of these pods. Last week we... pipes. Last week we used a lot of pipes for the base. If you haven't seen my base video from last week, my launchpad base video, then go and check that out. You put the pipe through this black wheel part there, and then we just need to push on the end of this black pipe there, black roller there, and so it pushes through like that, and then you get another end and just pop it on the end there, and there we go. Just push it through. So there's a slight amount of the pipe on either side, and then we just place it into the hole there like that, so it is nice and secure in that gap there and that gap there, and that just rolls freely. Very nice indeed. And we do the exact same with the other side. So I'm just going to put the end on one side, push this pipe work up and through the hole if I can. There we go. Ooh, oh, there we go. And then attach the other end, push the pipe through this hole if I can. Come on, there we go, like that. And then lay it down so it rests like that. There we go, and they roll freely. Very nice indeed. And then if I just zoom out, we get the pod. Make sure that the shape of the pod matches the shape of the floor, and then just pop it down, push it down so it kind of clips into place and everything lines up, so it look like that. And then of course you can see the screw holes. It's here, 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 and here, here, here. I'm just going to go and screw the main pod down to the floor. And there we go. It's all done. It's all secure. And it looks fantastic. I'm enjoying Pod 4 more than I am Pod 3, mainly because it hasn't broken yet, and also because I know how iconic it's going to be with the ramp that attaches Thunderbird 4 in as well. It comes out of there. Let's just get Thunderbird 4. Oh, like that. It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. And I hope you will join me next week for more Pod 4 stuff, as well as a brand new pod vehicle. Until next week, guys, take care. FAB. Bye-bye. I just want to thank my patrons. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible and this channel would be dead, so thank you very much.